independence. At the moment, entrepreneurs and engineers are trying to figure out which among the various alternatives to oil works best. Alcohol-based fuels are the furthest along in both development and commercial use. Some, such as ethanol, are on the market now, and new sources of ethanol are on the horizon that won't require the use of so much cropland. Corn-based ethanol, thanks to the money and influence of lobbyists, has been a case study into the law of unintended consequences. Our government pays to subsidize corn-based ethanol, even as it collects tariffs that prevent consumers from benefiting from other kinds of ethanol, such as sugarcane-based ethanol from Brazil. The result is Americans take the financial hit coming and going. As taxpayers, we foot the bill for the enormous subsidies paid to corn producers, and as consumers, we pay extra at the pump because of government barriers to cheaper products from abroad. Here's a better way. Instead of playing favorites, our government should level the playing field for all alcohol fuels that break the monopoly of gasoline, both lowering gasoline prices and carbon emissions. And this can be done with a simple federal standard to hasten the conversion of all new vehicles in America to flex fuel technologies, allowing drivers to use alcohol fuels instead of gas in their cars. Brazil went from 5 to over 70% of all new vehicles with flex fuel capacity, and it did it in just 3 years. Yet those same automakers that helped Brazil make the change say it'll take them longer to reach the goal of 50% new flex fuel vehicles for America. That shouldn't be. I'm confident they can do it more and do it faster. In the interest of our energy security, and if I'm elected President of the United States, I assure you they will. Whether it takes a meeting with automakers during my first month in office or my signature on an act of Congress, we will meet the goal of a swift conversion of American vehicles away from oil. We will do it, and we can. At the same time, smart policy can also help to broaden the market for energy-efficient cars. Right now, we have a hodgepodge of incentives for the purchase of fuel-efficient cars. Different hybrids, natural gas cars carry different incentives ranging from a few $100s to $4,000. They're the handiwork of lobbyists, with all the inconsistency and irrationality that involves. My administration will issue a clean car challenge to the automakers of America in the form of a single and substantial tax credit based on the reduction of carbon emissions. For every automaker who can sell a zero-emissions car, we'll commit a $5,000 tax credit for each and every customer who buys that car. For other vehicles, whatever type they may be, the lower the carbon emissions, the higher the tax credit. And these large tax credits will be available to everybody, not just to those who have an accountant to explain it to them. Furthermore, in the quest for alternatives to oil, our government has thrown around enough money subsidizing special interests and excusing failure. From now on, we will encourage heroic efforts in engineering, and we will reward the greatest success. I further propose we inspire the ingenuity and resolve of the American people by offering a $300 million prize for the development of a battery package that has the size, capacity, cost, and power to leapfrog the commercially available plug-in hybrids or electric cars. That's $1 for every man, woman, and child in the U.S. A small price to pay for helping break the back of our oil dependency, and should deliver a power source at 30% of the current costs. My friends, energy security is the great national challenge of our time. In rising to this challenge, will take all the vision, creativity, and resolve of which we are capable. The good news is these qualities have never been in short supply in America. We're the country of Edison, Fulton, and two brothers who were named Wright. It was American ingenuity that took us to the moon and brought them back. Think of all the highest scientific endeavors of our age: the invention of the silicon chip, the creation of the internet, the mapping of the human genome. In so many cases, you can draw a straight line back to American inventors and often to the foresighted aid of the United States government. For all the troubles and dangers our energy vulnerability presents, we know we can overcome them because we have overcome far worse problems and met far greater goals. Together, we Americans can achieve anything we set our minds to. I believe this about our country. I know this about our country, and now it's time to show those qualities once again. Thank you. Thank you very much.